Hello, Jacob here again. Today, bringing you a look at Prey. So, here we are with Prey. It is finally out. So this is the long-awaited... Well, it's not really a sequel. So I guess to start with in this video, I'm going to just kind of go over the history of this game and obviously this series, because it's obviously the second game in the series. So, yeah, Prey, the original game came out in 2006 or 2007. I can't remember the exact year, but it was around that kind of time. And it came out on the PC and Xbox 360. And that game was a long time in development. It was originally developed by 3D Realms, who obviously worked on Duke Nukem. And then they didn't finish it. Obviously, we all kind of know the whole story of that studio with Duke Nukem Forever. So the game kind of never got finished, and then after kind of several years, it kind of got passed over to a studio that goes by the name of Human Head Studios, or Human Head Games. So they worked on Prey, the original game, and yeah, it was a first-person shooter, obviously, and it was fairly well received when it came out. Although I have played the original Prey, and to be honest, I barely remember anything about it other than it was a first-person shooter. But yeah, it was a pretty decent game, but it was kind of fairly forgettable. I think most people have kind of largely forgotten about Prey, which kind of makes this game a bit weird that it's called Prey. But anyway, after Prey came out, obviously, it was fairly successful, and Human Head Studios started work on a sequel called Prey 2. And then after kind of a couple of years, Bethesda picked up they bought the Prey IP, and obviously they picked up the sequel. And, you know, Prey 2 was kind of in development for a while. And there were demos showing off of Prey 2 as well. So the game was kind of fairly along in the development. And it was looking fairly promising. But Human Head Studios and Bethesda fairly infamously kind of fell out. And the game was cancelled. That was sort of about 3 or 4 years ago the game was cancelled. And then sort of a couple of years ago, Prey, as we got here, re-emerged, developed by Arkane Studios now. So this is not actually a sequel to the original Prey, this is a reboot. And to be honest, it actually has really nothing to do with the original Prey. So you can see here, I'm going to continue the game. I played 2 hours and 14 minutes. Now that's actually a bit deceiving, because I've actually played about 3 hours of the game. But I don't think that time in there has counted my times where I've died, and I've kind of restarted my checkpoint. But let's get into the game, and I'll talk a bit more. But yeah, after a kind of a long time of... you know, this game, like I would say it's a long time coming, but honestly, I don't think this actual incarnation of Prey has been in development for that long, really. Like maybe 2 or 3 years, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it is a bit weird this game is called Prey, because it has really nothing really to do with the original. And other than it being a kind of sci-fi game of aliens, that's about all the game really kind of has in common with the original, to be honest. I guess it's just for the sake of marketing. I guess calling it Prey is better than just giving it creating a new IP. It's better to call it Prey, but I still don't really quite understand why it's called Prey. But here we are anyway. So this is we're playing as a character called Morgan.
Warning,
and we're on a space station called Talos 1. I wonder how we get through here. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on.
3, 2, 1.
Not sure what's going on there. So there's a way to break through this somehow. I'm not sure how you do it. We could try using our psionic blast here. So we've got a kinetic blast we can use. No, that didn't work. What's that do? Let's carry on anyway. So we're playing as a character called Morgan, and we're on this space station, which has been overrun with aliens. So basically, it's kind of like a test facility, the space station. And we're kind of testing. We kind of found these aliens, although I'm not entirely sure where they kind of came from. Not yet. The game hasn't really explained where they kind of come from. That's handy to have. So it's an audio log. Let's take that ammo for that pistol. So let's play this audio log. I'll leave it running in the background. Health kit. Nice. Take that health kit.
He's dead. Whoa, what? Who's dead? Anders.
What's this here? Weapon upgrade. Okay.
Do you need a medical team? I said he's dead, Langley. Right. Laurel, take a deep breath.
Let these guys talk, and then I will explain a bit more of this story.
I'm sorry. Anders went into the mag chamber to test one of the coils that's been flaking on us. I don't know what happened exactly, but there was a pulse.
Hopefully you can hear that, right?
I think it cooked him in his
We've got
suit.
here.
God.
There's quite a lot of loot in the game to
Right,
pick up.
Laurel. Can you get up to the Arboretum?
No, Anders had the key card.
Okay, got it. Listen, just sit tight. Don't go into that chamber. I'm going to find Chief Elazar. We'll get a security team your way.
Alright, so that's out of the way. So yeah, these aliens kind of escape, and we're actually a test subject ourselves. We kind of volunteer ourselves to be a test subject, and then the aliens kind of escape. So there is an alien here. I'm trying to kill this alien here. Let's actually quick save first. So you do want to save a lot in this game because I found the game to be quite. The combat in the game can be quite frustrating. We'll get into that in a minute. These are actually nests, so we don't have to worry about those.
2, 1.
I think if we just walk past, it shouldn't really bother us, I don't think. Oh no, they're coming alive. So these little nests kind of spawn these little pod things that come out of there. Those kind of weird things there, but that's alright. Let's put that fire there, just in case. Yeah, it's probably explain the story. So yeah, they escape, and then so basically most people on this space station are actually now dead. We're kind of one of only a handful of survivors. And currently we are actually trying to destroy the space station. So they are quite interesting about the game so far, as it seems as though there are multiple story paths you can take. So currently we've got a kind of little AI robot called January, who is kind of helping us to complete our objective, which is obviously trying to destroy the space station. There's also another AI robot that talks to you called December, and he's actually trying to get you to escape and kind of survive, because obviously we're going to destroy the station and we're going to end up killing ourselves in the process. But then this other robot AI kind of tells us we have to do that. We can escape our life.
Microgravity detected.
So there's 0G here. The game has 0G sections, which are kind of alright, but they're controlled fairly well. But you kind of just use play with the controller here. I'm playing on PC, of course, but I just play with the controller just because it makes it easier to do recording. You press A and B to go up and down, and you can hold the left stick and go to thrust. Then you press the bumper sticks down bumpers to brake. So it controls fairly well. Oh shit, you did that.
Warning, seek shelter.
Where are we going actually? I'm not sure where we're going.
5, 4.
And we can use the bumpers to change our orientation as well.
1.
Oh, I think we just died there. Whoops. Probably don't want to go in there again. But yeah, it's quite interesting. So yeah, it seems as though there are multiple story paths you can take, and you can kind of
4, 3, 2.
We're actually going here.
1.
So you've got objectives here. There are actually multiple objectives as well you can do. Enter the Arboretum. I think we're going the right way, but I'm not 100% sure.
Microgravity detected.
See if we can find the right way to go. So the game has quite large levels, but they can be a bit frustrating to navigate sometimes, so I think we're actually going to die again here if not careful. Okay, don't think we actually want to go in here. I don't think there's anything in here for us. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there's an objective down there. That's not objective. Yeah, we're probably going to die again.
Plasma
Not careful.
shockwave imminent.
Yep, that's not good.
Warning, seek shelter. Plasma
Oh no,
shockwave in.
we can get back in here in
5,
time.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, there's we need to go up there, I think. Yeah, it seems like there is quite a bit of incentive to kind of play the game maybe a second time and kind of try to go take a different route through the game. That's right, yeah, we need to go through here, but the door's locked. There's a keypad, I think, on it. Yeah, so we have to... Yeah, we need to find Anders Klein. Okay, there we go. So he's Magnus Klein is dead inside this, I believe. Is this? So I do have to go in here. We need to find his dead body. So it's not a great start to the video here, playing through this little not that particularly interesting section. Let's see if we can actually see him in there first. I think he's in here somewhere. There's a dead body in here somewhere I need to find. Yeah, the levels are fairly large, but the game does a fairly decent job of kind of telling you where to go usually. Like, there are kind of objective markers and stuff about. There's actually a quick save here. Let's see if we can find this dead body. Well, quick save, so it doesn't actually matter if we die, really.
Warning.
Yeah, there are plenty of like objective markers and things, and they are like sometimes the game will kind of just give you a clue where to go, like an audio log or something like that, or or sometimes that January robot will just kind of tell you where to go. Where's this dead body? I've actually got to die here again. If I die again, I might actually just have to edit this bit out and just
Microgravity detected.
try again. So you'd have to watch me just die over and over again in here.
Normal gravity detected.
Warning. Plasma shockwave imminent.
Just see what it says again. Anders Klein has the key card needed for the maintenance tunnel. He's dead inside the magnosphere chamber. Yeah, okay. See, yeah, he's in here somewhere.
Shelter. Plasma shockwave.
So let's let this go off and then we can go back in.
4, 3.
There is a map. Let's have a map. Oh wait, maybe we can actually turn it off. See if we can turn it off. Oh.
Vital signs
That's
critical.
not good. We just took a shit ton of fall damage then. Oh. Oh, what's this here? Utilities. Area map. We can download the map, I suppose. So the game does not. Game doesn't particularly hold your hand, to be honest. The game does quite as a kind of lets you just kind of figure things out for yourself, usually, for the most part.
Shockwave imminent.
Oh, we've got a new objective apparently. Oh, what's this here? There's a safe here.
Warning.
So we've got a side quest by the looks of it. I'm not too worried about that at the moment.
Seek shelter. Plasma shockwave in 5.
Well, I guess we just have to just go in. Oh shit! I guess we're just gonna have to go in there and hope for the best.
1.
So as soon as we took all that fall damage, we may as well talk about the healing in the game. So you can see at the bottom left, we've got our health bar, and we also got a armor bar as well, and we've got another bar underneath that as well. Where the fuck is this guy? He's in here somewhere. I can't see a dead body in here. But the game does not have regenerating health. It does have a tiny bit, so your health will regenerate up to 20, but apart from that you have to use health back. Ah, here he is. Oh, you found him. Whew, 10 minutes just pissing about in here. Oh, no! Come on!
Warning.
No.
Plasma shockwave imminent.
We at least know where he is now. Right, we've got the stuff. Oh, we've got a, what's this? So we've got a, we can also equip these chips in our suits, which gives us upgrades. What's this one do again? I can't remember what that does now. Yes, allows the text of hidden mimics, so that there are enemies in the game which will hide in objects. What's that do? Increases the Artex propulsion system glide speed, okay.
Warning.
We should be able to get out of here.
Seek shelter. Plasma shockwave in
Oh, right, okay. So there we go, we've done it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I found the health system to be quite frustrating. One of the kind of more frustrating elements of the game, to be honest. Oh, there's okay. It's this we've got this combat here. I'm actually use EMP on these guys if I can. So these robots are will actually kill it.
Disintegrated circuit. Found new total destruction.
So I've actually got a shotgun as well. But as soon as I use the EMP on them, I think I'm just going to run past them. So quite often you can just run past enemies and just kind of ignore them. Yeah, attacking enemies kind of head on is not always the best idea because you are pretty weak. Especially, like I said, in the situation we've got now, we've only got 20 health. It's in our best interest to kind of just run away and not fight, really. Alright, so we should be able to get through here now. There we go.
You're not what they say you are.
Can it hear us? Rejecting the new cell lines, fighting them off like an antivirus.
So a bit of kind of allusion there to our character there. So you're going to talk to January. Yeah, here's
The
January.
entire Typhon ecology appears to be centered around the creation of this
So
substance.
the aliens are called
The
Typhoon,
original
by the way.
researchers called it coral. Beautiful.
I need to go this way.
But we're not sure what its purpose is. It's never spread outside the containment cylinder. Until now.
Oh, hello. So let's get our goo gun out. Probably going to die here, maybe? No, where did he go? Oh, he's still there. You can actually scan him, so you can actually... Oh shit, that's not good. So you can actually use this visor here to scan enemies, kind of Metroid Prime style, which will kind of reveal their kind of weaknesses. So if you're not sure what kind of weapon to use on an enemy, you can just kind of scan them to find out what's the best way to kind of fight them. And once you've got a scan enough of them, it will kind of unlock upgrades as well. So let's bring up the neuromods here. So this is kind of the skill tree in the game. So you got neuromods which you find in the game, and use them to buy upgrades. So these ones here, you unlock these by scanning enemies, and these ones are just in the game from the beginning. But it's a fairly kind of simple skill tree with kind of various kind of passive upgrades here, as you can see. But I mean, it's fine really. What's this here? Increase your side pool to 150. Yeah, we'll buy that. As you can see, so that upgrades. Obviously, that unlocks more upgrades later on, and we need to get more neuromods to unlock those. So yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly kind of serviceable system. What's that there? Oh, I should probably get that one actually. That makes us deal more damage with firearms, I guess. Let's try and get past these things. Actually, remember to shoot that barrel there, that red barrel. There we go, that does the job. So, I guess we'll talk about the combat a little bit, although we'll need to find some proper enemies to fight first, but the combat is kind of the... Alright, let's scan this thing over here. The combat's a bit weird in this game, because it's definitely not the... Yeah, to get a bit more in range. It's definitely not the game's kind of strongest point, but it's not necessarily... So he's spawning little ones. Let's scan him.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Yes, more specimens required to get more upgrades later on.
This is Chief
So he doesn't seem like actually worried about attacking us, that one over there. But you can see here we got the... if we go to data, we can see all the enemies that we've scanned. And their weaknesses and their immunities, as you can see here. Obviously robots are obviously weak to EMPs, not too worried about kind of psychic abilities. You know, and these the aliens are obviously quite weak to psychic abilities and weapons and stuff like that.
has been compromised. I repeat, the power plant has been compromised. It's about time, Sam.
Chief, I'm not a comm tech. I'm doing the best I can.
Micah, this is Security Chief Elazar. Can you hear me? Sarah?
I'm not sure what's going on
I
here.
can hear you. Been trying to patch into the PA. My team's in the cargo bay, and those things are in here too. They're crawling all over the station. Check everything around you. Hit it with a wrench.
Check the wrench first.
Sam,
It's gonna...
he's right. These things... Smash every freestanding thing and see if it comes back at you. Get to a secure area, and when you're safe, call me via transcribe. I'm sending you a secure contact. All right?
Are they talking to me? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest.
Left my transcribe in the coolant monitoring station.
Anyway, so, oh, still talking.
Heading there now.
There's actually a new area
I can
here.
load myself in. Are you okay? Just catching my breath. Sarah, can you tell me what happened? Micah, get safe, then call.
Okay, so we'll go over some of the weapons here, I suppose. We've got a wrench here. So I've probably mentioned about the game's kind of fairly... the game's got a pretty... where's its influence on its sleeve, I suppose. So the game is pretty heavily influenced by the original Bioshock, I would say. So also we've got this wrench, and then we've also got the glue cannon. So this kind of fires this stuff out here. This kind of white crystal stuff, which you can use to kind of lock enemies down and freeze them, and then obviously you freeze them and you hit them with the wrench to kill them. Obviously, like similar to the original Bioshock, where you used to use your abilities to freeze enemies and hit them with the wrench. Obviously, there are audio logs as well, and we're kind of exploring this kind of space station and collecting kind of the game is also got these fairly large kind of open areas to kind of explore, kind of similar to the original Bioshock. So the game is kind of fairly influenced by the first Bioshock game, I'd say, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it does kind of make the game feel a little bit dated in many ways. Like I said, the healing system is dated and quite frustrating to deal with at times, because sometimes you got like low health and you got no med packs, and you just have to deal with having really low health, and it does make kind of certain situations kind of quite frustrating to kind of fight against. But on the other hand, I am quite a big fan of the kind of large areas that you have to explore. And
your brother's office is up here as well.
I should probably mention our brother is still alive in this station.
But that would make you what?
Oh, I got a new gun.
Neptune?
Oh shit!
Pluto.
Shit, might actually die here if you're not careful. So these mimic ones are the kind of weakest aliens, so we killed him. The mimic ones are quite annoying because they do hide in objects. So let's take this disruptor stun gun. What's he got? Disruptor stun gun will knock out human targets. Typhon more resistant but can still be temporarily stunned. Robotic devices can be temporarily disabled and destroyed. Hold RT to charge your stun gun to fire. Press X to reload. Alright, so we've got a stun gun now. So I've already mentioned the suit repair kit. They actually got a neuro mod as well there. So obviously you use the health kits to heal yourself, but also your suit has, obviously you can see there, you've got suit integrity at the bottom, and that is kind of basically this armor. And you can use these kits to repair your armor, which makes you take less damage. But I found that the armor kind of wears out quite quickly, and you can craft them. So we'll go over to here. So we can actually craft items. So if we go over to here, we can actually craft items. So you can craft a med kit. You can craft a suit repair kit. So we'll craft one of those. So you get these kind of go to our inventory again. So we go to the inventory. So there is a inventory limit here, but you can increase it. But you don't actually have to worry about the inventory Tetris here, because you can press it will auto sort the inventory for you, as you can see here, just pressing this button. Which is quite handy. It does save you a lot of time kind of fizzing about in the inventory, like in Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4 or games like that. And let's create this here. So you get resources, minerals here, and you can use those to craft items. So let's craft the suit repair kit, and you use that. So we haven't got much health. I've got a fair bit of armor here. I haven't actually got enough resources to create a medkit, annoyingly. Shotgun shells, I've got enough of those. So we can go over here. We can also scrap items. So if we go over to here and recycle, we can transfer out junk. So you transfer all out. So some items you collect in the world are junk, and you can just use those to create resources. So we recycle resources and then we pick them up. So quite nice. And we can recycle other items as well, I believe. So let's get rid of these foam darts, because these are actually useless. So transfer those. What else do we not want? Oh, I've got a medkit though. I didn't realise we had a medkit. So let's use a medkit. So if we hold the Y button, we can pick up this wheel here. So we're going to heal up. Brings up all our weapons as well. It's actually looking pretty good at the moment. So yeah, obviously you go around collecting health kits and items in the world and stuff. Very similar to the original Bioshock as well. But it is it's not like a very in-depth system really. The loot system is just kind of collecting junk mostly.
Morgan, are you all right?
But even the way this we've got January here talking, let's tell us where to go. It's very reminiscent of the original Bioshock. Obviously in the original Bioshock you had Fontaine kind of telling you where to go. And you had Andrew Ryan kind of talking to you as well.
While you're up there, you could look into why the lift is stuck. It'd be a lot faster and safer than having to fly through the guts again.
Oh, it's meant to this new area at least. So I'm quite a big fan of the. So we get a bit of an idea of the kind of larger areas in the game now, as you can see. So you can actually repair items as well if you've got the right. If you've spec your character in the right way. We did actually get a new neuro mod. What we got here? A greater trans-star uniform with extra inventory space. Oh, we'll take that. Because I want a bit more inventory space. That's a bit better. Oh, suit repair kit as well. Nice. We'll use that up. Where's that suit repair kit? So let's use that. So I'm hoping to try and find some proper combat here. Yes, like I said, the combat's kind of not the game's kind of most interesting part, really. To be perfectly honest. It's all right. it's nothing. It's not kind of bad, really, but it's just not really that amazing either. And the game kind of seems more focused on kind of exploring more than it is on kind of combat. Especially seeing as the, like I said, quite often you will just have to run away from enemies rather than fight them. Although I think that will, oh, there's an enemy there. I think that will kind of be lesser, and that will, to that medkit. That will happen less as you go along. I think you'll, obviously as you get stronger going through the game, I think you'll be a bit more kind of formidable against enemies. But at the moment, quite often you will just kind of run away from fights. And the beginning of the game was actually very, very frustrating because we had kind of very limited ammo and very limited health. And I put you up against enemies and it was quite frustrating, to be honest. And quite often you will not want to fight enemies head on as well. You're kind of better off disabling them. So we can use our goo gun to obviously disable targets, and then once they're disabled, they will take extra damage as well. If you don't have the resources, you're better off just kind of running away. Let's scan this thing here.
The problem with the lift. The Phantom you unleashed in Psychotronics had similar disruptive abilities, only this one seems more powerful. Scanning it will tell you more.
Oh shit. I'm being attacked already. Some robots here. Can kill those EMPs, I suppose.
Scan complete. More specimens.
Okay, so we use quite a lot of things that way. Yeah, he's kind of. Oh shit.
If you don't show yourself,
Yeah, this is not great. I think actually we're dead already, as you can see. So you die really, really quickly in this game, like really quickly. To the point where sometimes in certain areas you will just die over and over again. You can stealth, so if you kind of crouch down, sometimes you can kind of sneak past enemies.
From what I can tell, it's the source of the problem with the lift. The Phantom you unleashed in Psychotronics.
See if we can see what he's weak against. Here we go. Weakness: electric, explosive, psychic, EMP. Okay, so try and use some EMPs on him, I suppose.
Only this one seems more powerful.
I've got some EMP charges here.
Scanning it will tell you more.
longing self
There we go, that's better.
bliss.
So seems to be taking too much damage at the moment. Let's try and kill this one. Use our shotgun here, I think.
Disintegrated circuit. Found new.
The shotgun's not powerful against these guys here.
Found you.
Something deadly. Yeah, I think we're going to die again here, actually. Yeah, fighting enemies head on is not a good idea. And fighting multiple enemies as well is also not a very, very good idea. So slowed up again. See if we can do this a bit better.
Looking self-diagnostic.
So he's weak against the MP, but the MP doesn't seem to do a whole lot to him.
From what I can tell, it's the source of the problem with the lift. The Phantom you unleashed.
The MP psychic. You can try the try using our psychic ability on him. So we have psychic abilities you can use. You can do like a kind of psychic blast on him, as you can see there. And we can just run away from him.
There you are.
Oh, he's down. We can use the kind of goo cannon here to kind of immobilize certain enemies.
Vital signs critical.
Okay. I could throw an EMP charge down, I suppose, but not really quite sure how effective it's going to be. This is the problem with the combat, is that sometimes you will just kind of die multiple times, especially fighting multiple enemies, and it's not that enjoyable, to be honest.
Want to know how something works?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we need to do here. We could try that stun gun we got, I guess.
It's the source of the problem with the lift. The Phantom you unleashed in Psychotronics had similar disruptive abilities.
And then we should do a shit tons of damage to you as well. Like, your health just goes out really, really fast in this game. Let's try and hit that guy with an EMP. See, the EMP doesn't actually do damage to him, it just kind of disables him momentarily.
Disintegrated circuit. Found new.
Also, the game's combat's a bit unconventional, so there is no The game has no kind of iron sights. Your gun. That's better. Yeah, the game is not definitely not a first-person shooter, you know, in a kind of traditional sense. Oh, he's dead. I need to heal him. That's my health kit though. Try to get rid of these blasts that are coming in. Try and hit with one of those. I'm not doing that much damage, annoyingly. Oh god. Could try and hit with the glue cannon, I guess. I'm not sure that's going to work though. I don't think that's having much of an effect on him, to be honest. Yeah, we're dead again. Not great. Yeah, some of these big enemies as well, they're just really hard to kill. They have like a ton of health as well. And I was hitting with his weaknesses, but it wasn't having much of an effect.
What's the source of the problem? Phantom you unleashed in Psychotronics.
Weakness electric, explosive, psychic, EMP. Yeah, not sure we actually have to kill this thing.
Disruptive abilities.
I guess not.
One seems more powerful.
Let's actually just go out here so I can see if we can find another way. I really don't want to fight those bloody things again. Yeah, so far this is most of what the game has been so far. Like, is exploring, occasionally fighting the odd alien or robot. You know, occasionally do like a bit of a 0G section as well. Yeah, that's been a ton of variety so far. As a health kit at least, we can take that. What does this do?
Requesting new operator.
I'm not sure what this does actually. Great dispenser. Oh.
Hello,
are you here for an appointment?
0 medical class operator.
Pardon me.
Please
He's gonna heal me, I think.
Aperture.
Ah,
Good
that's
as
nice.
new. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk.
This is one thing that's quite nice about the game is how you can, to a certain degree, just kind of go where you want to go and not really kind of worry about, you know, you necessarily where your objective is. Although it seems that we don't need to go that way. What's this here? Deep storage. Oh yeah, so we actually don't need to worry about that anyway. Where we went. I'm not sure why I went that way. But there we go. Ah, here's a proper alien here. So let's actually scan him, see what his weakness is.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
See what his weakness is. Q-beam. Okay, we haven't got the Q-beam, so it might be for the best just to ignore him, to be perfectly honest. Where we need to go is actually just over here anyway. So he's seen us, but we should be able to just run away from him here. Let's take the ammo. Take this and this. Take the transcribe.
Ivy, what is it?
How's it coming?
I can't get this damn thing open.
Yes,
Where's
this is
Danielle?
locked.
Still not answering. What's wrong?
Danielle tied the
Oh
lock
shit, he's
to
coming
her
to us.
voice.
So let's
We need her to speak the
alright,
key
let's
phrase, so
do
we're not
that.
getting in here.
Would voice samples work?
Take him
Transcribe
with a kinetic
recordings?
blast.
Yes. If
I
we
did
have the right
decent
words.
amount of damage to him. You can use these as well, these laws, so you can throw those out to lure enemies away.
Voice to a consonant vowel list and started running patterns.
Oh, hello.
See if I can find her. Or
Let's try and faster the shotgun
I'll
a bit.
check her room first.
All right, Ivy, but look, don't do anything
I think
stupid.
we got him. There we go.
Ivy. Shit.
And yeah, the enemies are massively aggressive as well. You can see they will just beat the shit out of you.
It's unlikely Chief Show is still alive. I advise you follow Zachary West's strategy. Hack together voice samples. Your transcribe is equipped with the necessary software. It's how you made my voice. Danielle's cabin might be a good place to get started.
We've got a new objective now. What's this? The fabrication plant planned by the arming key is in deep storage. Danielle Show ran the place and sealed the door. Okay. To make her voice. Multiple objectives. That's another area. So we can get out of here now. Yeah, the combat's not too bad once it kind of all comes together, and you kind of you manage to take out an enemy in a convincing way. It's quite nice. Like I said, it was quite nice there, kind of killing that alien there. We actually killed him quite easily. But it is also very frustrating sometimes when you just get overwhelmed by forces and you can't really do anything about it. We've got another alien here. Well, his weakness is psychic. But, I mean, generally you're just better off just avoiding conflicts if you can. Mostly just because it takes up resources. So, resources in the game like ammo, healing and all that are quite hard to come by. And, you generally don't want to kind of use them up unless you kind of have to. So quite often I will just kind of not bother fighting enemies, to be honest, and just kind of avoid them. Alright, let's get a wrench out. So you can use the wrench to smash these up. I showed that off anyway, I think. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention there is a... Oh shit, he's seen us. You see there, I'm not sure if you saw it, but he hit us with one shot there, and he took off like half a health bar. So they do a shit ton of damage to you if they hit you. You can try using the stun gun on him. So I'm actually going to quick save it just so I don't die. Oh god. Where is he? No, I think he's going to kill us here. Yep. So you can see, we died in no time whatsoever. And it wasn't it's probably my own fault for just kind of fighting him. Fighting him head on. I probably should have where are we here? Ah, there we go. I mean, actually, you're better off kind of sneaking up on enemies or just avoiding them altogether. Let's get the glue cannon out. We should be too hard to kill as long as we hit him with this thing. There we go. So we can just actually run out to me here and just hit him with the wrench a few times. There we go. He's dead. Oh, there's a robot in there. Although I don't think you can actually get to us. I don't think. As you can see here, like I said, our life is like going down massively, and we've barely done anything. Although you can eat food in the world that you find. That's again very similar to Bioshock again, to heal up a little bit. So I'm actually going to use this grenade here. So you haven't got grenades you can use. It's actually scanning first. Actually unlocked a new ability there by the looks of it. Yeah, we unlocked a new one of these. More of these. We unlocked something, I think, but we need more neuromods anyway. If we throw this down, it should kill him instantly. Yeah, so that is kind of it just kind of sucks them up. There we go, instead. So it sucks enemies up and just kind of converts them into materials we can use to craft. There's actually another enemy about who's actually looking for us. Main lift, multiple objectives. So you actually leave this area now. We go this way, apparently. Also, you don't have to. You can explore this area a bit more if you want to, but we're going to carry on. So let's take we'll take both of those. Take some shotgun ammo. How's our inventory looking now at the moment? We've got plenty of space now after that upgrade, yeah. I need a keycard apparently to get through there. So yeah, there are a lot of areas are gated behind keycards, and if you don't have the keycard, you can't get through. So you kind of you better shut out of luck really if you don't have the keycard. Oh, what's that there? I'll take the ammo for that. The glue cannon. You can also use the glue cannon to create paths. So you can kind of use it to kind of create a bridge, kind of like I think you can. You can create kind of steps, kind of similar to Shadow Complex. Like the weapon in that. Where would we actually need to go here? Find the voice samples. Search Daniel shows crew cabin for samples of a voice. Crew quarters. So I have to go to the map here. Crew quarters is down there. View on map. So okay, so we have to actually go to different. Yeah, we have to go to a different area, but you haven't got the key card to get there. So we can actually get there unless we find the key card. What's down this way? Multiple objectives apparently. Can we get through? Oh, there we go. We can actually just do a different objective if we want to. Like I said, we've got these other things we can do here. I'm actually trying to do the. I don't think there's any. I don't think the game actually has fast travel though. Does it? No, I don't think you can fast travel between areas. Not as far as I'm aware. We'll probably just carry on with the main story for now. See if we can actually find out where we need to go. So we can go this way. Oh, we can go this way. So we're actually going for 40 minutes already, surprisingly. I was planning for this video to be about an hour's long, I guess, but we actually ended up overrunning that time a bit. But yeah, this is Prey. I think you've got a good idea what the game's kind of like now after watching this video. I think, well, so far, unless something kind of massive changes. Oh, this is the way we came in, wasn't it? Yeah.
Microgravity detected.
We're actually a bit lost. Yeah, I don't think we actually want to go that way, to be honest.
Normal gravity detected.
But hopefully you got a good idea what the game's like. I think this game is overall it's pretty good. I've not had a bad time playing it, other than the kind of frustration of dying multiple times in certain areas, especially when I've been low on health. There was one area where I actually had to kill an enemy in order to progress, and I had no health. I had 20 health and no health packs, and it did take a while to kill him. I did get there in the end, but it was quite frustrating to kind of go through. Multiple objectives. Now, I could try going in here again, but it probably is not going to end well. Oh well. That robot in here again. And he's fucked off, that robot. I think this game, as long as you don't mind being frustrated, by enemies that are really strong. Also, I forgot to mention, but I'm actually playing on normal difficulties. There are 4 difficulties in the game. I'm playing on the second one, and even on the second one, the game is pretty brutal in its difficulty. So we can actually just run past these, I guess. Just kind of avoid them. No, that's not going to work. I'd actually have to kill these to get through here. Let's try and kill these things. Oh, he's down. That's one down. Yeah, I just need to stay from that big one, basically. As long as I can stay from the big one, we should be alright. No, we've got another EMP charge here. He's actually down at the moment. He's taking any damage there. Oh, he's taking a little bit of damage, but not very much, really. Took a bit of damage there. Yeah, the shotgun's really not doing a lot to him. I could try to recycle a charge on him, I guess.
This will help with the infection.
Vital signs critical.
Nope. Alright, we're just going to forget that, I think. And we'll do something else.
No sign of life.
Yeah, I don't think this is as good as kind of Arkane's ever work. Obviously, they are responsible for the Dishonored series. But, Dishonored is it's just kind of a more interesting game than this, really. Just in terms of kind of the level design and the powers and the weapons and all that kind of stuff. This game just kind of feels it's kind of hard to describe. It just feels a bit kind of We're just gonna leave this area because we can't actually do anything in here at the moment. I really wish I could just like fast travel to like a new area of the map or something. We're gonna do this, I suppose. We'll see where we have to go. I'll probably have to go. It's telling me to go this way, but we can actually get through that door. But I can see what the game's kind of going for, and I do like it overall, but no, we're not going that way. But there is just a feeling of not really like a ton going on, you know, like I said, the combat is not really especially interesting or involved really. And you know, like it just all just kind of feel like quite simple, you know, like a quite simple skill tree, quite a simple inventory system and kind of crafting system and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing here to kind of sink your teeth into, you know, even though it is kind of nothing. There's nothing that's kind of offensively bad or anything, and the game is fairly enjoyable. It just kind of isn't really, you know, blowing me away with kind of anything I haven't seen before, you know. I shouldn't know where to go. I wanted to go to the crew's quarters, but I need a key card to get in there, so kind of a bit shit out of luck, really. We'll do this and try and do this, I suppose. See if we can do this one. Got no objective marker now. There we go. So I can actually. I see. Okay. So you can actually have multiple objectives on the go at once. If we do that, so that's our main objective down there. Oh, okay, we've got no objective marker now. Yeah, sometimes the game just kind of doesn't really throw you a bone, you know, like it's telling me to go here, but wait a second, maybe the key card's in here, maybe. No, I don't know the key card to get in. You can hack things though. You need to obviously have the hacking skill to get in there. But I'm sure that the key card's probably nearby somewhere. You go in here? No, we can't go in there. Yeah, I don't really know where to go now, really. Maybe the key card's like on the floor here somewhere? This guy wasn't carrying it, was he? No, he's just carrying bullets. What's this back here? Okay. It's just on the floor somewhere, is it? Nope. I mean, like, yeah, the game just kind of needs to maybe have a bit more direction sometimes, where, you know, give you a bit more idea of where to go, rather than just kind of give you a objective mark and then have a locked door that you can't get through. Let's go back over here so I can. I'll actually edit this bit out so I can figure out where I need to go and what to do.
Inform your immediate supervisor.
Okay, so I'm actually back here. I think we're just going to. I found this new area here. So we're currently in the. Where are we? We're currently in the Talos Bridge 1. Yeah, Talos Bridge 1. So I guess we're just going to explore here and just kind of wrap the video up because I think we've been going for a while. Ooh, there's a new enemy over there. Oh, he's seen it, I think. So he's weak to psychic and EMP. Have you got any EMP grenades? Oh, you got some EMP grenades you can use on him, maybe. That didn't work. That didn't work either. Oh shit, one of these things here. So you can pass with our shotgun. Oh, he's disappeared. Ah, shit. We're also low on health here. So again, this is the problem we have. There's only... Oh, we got a health kit, nice. Ah, piss off. actually doesn't do anything, so I'm not quite sure what it says he's weak to EMP. But I can freeze him up here a little bit. Let's throw a recycling charge at him. So that should finish him off, hopefully. There we go. It's not just like an instant kill usually, that thing there. The recycler charge. I'm just going to explore here, I think, and just trying to find something to do. Yeah, because in order to carry on the main story, I'm going to have to like find a key card, and it's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside. But yeah, overall, we get through here. Probably not. Nope, no key card. Yeah, there's a lot of no key cards, it seems. What have you got on you? Oh, he's got a spare. He's got a key card. So quite often dead bodies will have key cards. So presumably that will open that door up here. But yeah, that's is that gonna open up? There we go. Okay. Oh shit, there's an enemy there. He hasn't spotted us though. Oh, he spotted us. Okay, we're just gonna do the. Oh, I haven't got a recycler charge now. Bit of a pain. I'm going to have to freeze him up with the glue cannon. Let's try and kill this little one first. Ah shit, he's really destructed my weapon. Seems some enemies can destruct kind of. Fuck off! He's destructing our weapon with his kind of EMP that he's got on him. Making it a bit of a pain to fight. His friend's coming over as well. Luckily, he's quite slow. Yeah, like I said, we're just better off here just running away and not really kind of trying to fight him if we can avoid it. Oh, he's down there. Gotta trap ourselves in the corner a bit here. Let's eat some ramen. Alright, let's try and kill this fucker. There we go. So finish off with the wrench. There we go, he's dead. Gotta kill this other fucker now though. Alright, let's glue him up. Okay, so now that he's glued up, we should be able to just kind of take it down. Since we don't have a pistol. I should run away before he attacks us. So he's probably gonna kill us, hit us with one. That's a quick save. He's probably gonna kill us with a one-hit kill, I'd imagine. No, we're dead. There we go. So you can see there, kill us with one hit. I mean, you can see what I mean here about the combat not being kind of the most involved, or the most kind of interesting, really. There's a lot of kind of running away and hoping that you don't really die. Sometimes it does work out quite nicely, but yeah, it is a lot of just kind of freezing enemies with this gun, the glue gun, and then just kind of hoping that they... he's killed us again. Yeah, it's not always the most satisfying, to be honest. It doesn't help as well that the weapons themselves are actually especially kind of impactful. Oh, God's sake, especially this guy with his fucking EMP blocking our weapon all the time. Yeah, I could just jump off here, but I mean, I'm probably going to die from fall damage. Oh no, we're okay. Yeah, hopefully he's not going to come. He's probably going to come down here and try and find us now. Yeah, I think we're okay now. So we managed to get away from him, but we haven't actually got any more healing. So we're kind of we can heal out with food at least. It's what I mean about the healing system being just kind of really frustrating and annoying. Like, we're kind of screwed now. We took all that damage from that thing. There's nothing in here. Back here, anyway. The overall Prey is, it's decent. I'd have to play more of it to kind of give it a full-on kind of review. This is obviously... It's obviously, oh, it's got some more in here. Oh, there's lots of food in here, at least. So it's kind of more of a... what's this here? Note. It's obviously more of a first impression videos than it is a proper kind of full-on review of the game. But I can't see the game really changing significantly from a. What's this here? We've got a new chipset. Else detection grants resistance to psycho shock. Okay. I got a suit repair kit, nice. But I can't see the game really being significantly different going forward. It's going to be just kind of more of this. Obviously, there's going to be like new weapons and things that you find, new weapons and their abilities and all that kind of stuff, and new enemies you expect. But the fundamentals of what the game is largely been established at this point, I think. Yeah, like I said, the game's kind of biggest problem really is the fairly frustrating combat, and the enemies which are just a bit of a pain to fight more often than not. And there's a lot more I could talk about. Obviously, as I said, this guy should be 2 yards. This guy should be a bit easier to kill than that electric one. Let's try and blast him a few times with a shotgun. Oh, he's dead anyway. There we go. Off the edge. Oh, what's this? Escape pod. So, okay, so this is actually one of our objectives: escape the escape pod. Obviously, that December guy wanted us to come here, I think. We have to get the key first, though, don't we? Wherever that is. That's up there, somewhere. So we made some progress, at least. Oh, he's down there. We should have to finish off with a pistol, hopefully. There we go, he's dead. So this thing's there cause radiation. Now piss off. Go away. What's you got? Okay. I think we picked up a repair kit here, we did. Let's use that. So our armor's back up at least. So the escape pod's up there apparently. Escape pod key. Ah, it's health kit, nice. Oh no, take it. There we go. It's probably going to be through that door, isn't it? Yeah. Well, you found a new area at least. I think this game will kind of go down well if you don't mind. If you don't mind frustration and not having your hand kind of hand holding. This game will probably do the job for you, I think. But I found it to be fairly frustrating a lot of the time. Kind of intermittent between kind of enjoying the game and being frustrated by it at the same time. Oh, we completed the objective apparently. Not sure what we completed. We did something. Yeah, like I said, this video's been a little bit frustrating for me because, like I said, the skateboard key is over here apparently. At least it's telling me where it is now. Yeah, because like I said, I've made it to this area here, and now I'm just kind of not really sure where to go, what to do. I'm just kind of trying to get my bearings a bit. Like I said, not having the key card that I needed is kind of throwing me off a bit. I apparently need to go over here. But it does seem as though the game is quite large and there's quite a lot of content in here at least. Like I said, there's lots of side missions you can do and areas to explore and stuff. But yeah, the game does need to have a fast travel, I think. Maybe it does have it later on, but it doesn't seem as though there's kind of any. Doesn't seem there's any kind of fast travel. Yeah, we have to go back through here, which I don't really want to do that much. Let's go down here. I'm going to end the video soon because we've been going for an hour here, so we don't really need to do too much more. I'm sure we should just fly through here at least. Now the skateboard key is actually here. Okay. Oh, maintenance tunnel. Yeah, been through here before. Let's see if I can find the skateboard key. Yeah, sometimes if you go too fast, you will take damage from hitting an object, which is a bit annoying. You have to brake sometimes. At least you can kind of fly through these areas quite quickly, though, if you need to. Actually, where does it want me to go? The Neuromod division, wherever that is. We'll see if we can get to the Neuromod division, and then we'll wrap up the video, I think. Yeah, like I said, being able to just kind of fast travel back to where we need to go would be a lot easier here than go through all this again.
Moving.
Oh, damage there.
Integrity damaged. Normal gravity detected.
Except to backtrack through all the way through here now just to get back to where we need to go. Which is not that fun, really. But yeah, we're going to wrap up now. So yeah, that's Prey by Arkane Studios. A pretty decent game. Also a kind of pretty frustrating one as well at the same time, I found. I think if you can put up with the kind of frustrating elements that the game has, I mean, yeah, like I said, there is no way to fast travel, is there? I'm not being stupid, am I? No, I mean, unless it comes later on, there's no way to fast travel between these areas, which is not exactly great. This is like an upgrade you can get, which lets you do it. No, I'm not seeing any way to do it. Yeah, it's a frustrating game, but it's also a pretty decent one at the same time. Like I said, it is something a bit different, despite the frustrations I've had playing through it. Like I said, it is a fairly unique combat system with the whole kind of having enemies which are kind of really powerful, and you have to kind of use tactically weaken them in order to kind of fight them and be effective against them.
Calibrating. Scanning.
You can't just kind of go in guns blazing, you will just die.
Potential is at or near peak level.
And like I said, like the exploring and the level design. And overall, the story's not too bad either, to be fair. It's got a fairly interesting story and setting for a game. There's certainly a lot worse. I've certainly played games with a lot worse, kind of stories and settings than this, really, to be honest. And the voice acting's not too bad. I'm going to talk about the visuals in the game. The game's visuals are a little bit lackluster, to be honest. Sometimes you have to block these. If you see electric around the wall, just kind of shoot your glue gun onto it. Where actually am I now? Okay, well, I'm actually going to just end the video here, I think, because I think you've seen enough now, to be honest. Yeah, that's Prey. It's on Steam. It's £40 or $60. Is it worth that? Hard to say. It probably depends on how long the game is. If the game's kind of a solid, maybe 14 or 15 hours, maybe it might be worth checking out. Yes, I'm not sure how long the game is. It does seem that there is some replay value. Yeah, like I said, as long as you can, I think as long as you can deal with the frustrations that this game will kind of give you, I think you will probably have a pretty decent time with it. To be honest, there's quite a lot to like here with Prey. There's also a lot to be frustrated with as well. But overall, I can't really say it's a bad game because it's it's all right. It's some pretty good stuff going on here. So that's Prey by Arkane Studios. I've been Jacob. This has been an hour with Prey. I'll see you in the next video. So you can leave me a like, comment, dislike, or subscribe as well if you want. Do it and do all that bullshit that people say. And I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, bye for now. Bye.